We had a question about Ryan Day that at first I thought was crazy. In fact, there's the word there. Tommy from Akron hit me up. He said, am I crazy to think that there's still a lot of pressure on Ryan Day because of the Michigan losing streak? No, you're not crazy at all. This is where college football is over here and any other sport is over there as a concept. If you win a championship, a national championship in any other sport, the word pressure is not even in the galaxy of conversation about you the following year. Repeat, maybe, complacency, reload or rebuild. No one's talking pressure. And we're not talking job security pressure with Ryan Day or anything like that. But I believe rivalry games, I believe rivalries are the most important part of college football. I believe beating Michigan is the most important role that you have as the head coach at Ohio State. Above winning the conference, above winning national titles, this is my personal worldview in college athletics. My personal college football worldview is that if you're the head coach at Ohio State, your job's to beat Michigan, and then the Big Ten can be won, and then the national title can be won in that order, but beating Michigan's number one. And he hadn't done it in several years now. So if you're asking me, is there pressure on him? Absolutely there's pressure on him. I don't care if they won the national title by 100 last year. That's almost like its own conversation. The national title picture is its own conversation. The Michigan game is a season. It is its own season. I'd say the same thing if the head coach at Michigan had lost to Ryan Day 3 years or 4 years in a row, going on half a decade in a row. I don't care what else you've done. You have failed several times consecutively in your most important role. And I think he's one of the best in the game. Like, I overflow with respect for Ryan Day. Overflow. I could not think any more highly of the guy. But I'm not saying anything he doesn't know. In fact, I think Kirby Smart and Ryan Day are two of the most brutally honest coaches that we ever sit down with when it comes to their assessment of their job, their assessment of their program. Dude, you don't even have to say this to Ryan Day. He'll say it for you. Let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. He knows. He knows the deal about being the head coach at Ohio State. So my point in saying this would make no sense to anyone else is if you were the head coach of the New England Patriots or whatnot, it doesn't matter how many times you lose to the Jets in a row. If you're winning the AFC, like if you're playing for or winning a Super Bowl, no one's talking about your record versus the Jets. That's because the NFL is not college football. In college football, they're just different compartments. They don't even have to touch each other. Like, they don't have to overlap. You can go win a national title and have still failed in your most important role as the head coach somewhere. If that somewhere is a place like Ohio State. So I don't care if that doesn't make sense to anyone else. And I'm not one of these crazy people. Well, it's wrong for me to cast aspersions. I'm not one of these people who was ever yelling, you got to get him out of there. If he doesn't beat Michigan, you got to get him out of there. I wasn't that last year. I was not that. I thought it was a little bit off the rails. But at the same time, there's no one who places more of a premium on winning rivalry games than me. I literally think it's the most important thing that you can do as a head coach. I literally prioritize it above winning the conference and the national title. That's how imperative it is to me that you win rivalry games. So, to a casual college football fan, to an agnostic sports fan who just like looks at college football from afar, that will sound crazy, but that's okay. They don't understand this world. That's fine. I don't ever try and go in the world of tennis and ask, wait, why is the scoring 15, 30, 40? What does love mean? That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, that's okay. Maybe their sport's not for me. Maybe this sport's not for you. If it makes no sense to you that there could still be a lot of pressure on Ryan Day, even after you just won a national championship. But I'll tell you who it does make sense to, Ryan Day. I bet you it makes sense to him.